Hi babies. I wanted to take a moment to talk about spiritual psychoses. This has been coming up a lot in my day-to-day life, which is usually an indication that collective energy is experiencing it. So first I want to mention, if you just woke up spiritually, if you've just begun your spiritual ascension and journey, it is really, really common to experience a period of psychoses. I experienced it, your friends that are spiritual likely did, and other people you see who are openly spiritual probably went through something similar. Personally, I believe that this is a natural part of the healing process, and I feel like your journey to self-discovery when it comes to your spirituality involves learning how to overcome this chapter of spiritual psychoses. Now, the unfortunate truth is some people get really stuck in this energy, and this is what we're here to talk about. For some of you, this is coming up for you to observe and release from past stuff. I'm going to post, I just put this on Twitter, but I'm going to post like a picture of what I talked about because it was channeled directly from source and they want me to share it for a reason. But in the bigger picture, I really want to remind all of you that this is a normal process, okay? Regardless of if this is the first time you're going into spiritual psychoses or if this is resurfacing for final release. I was talking to someone yesterday about spiritual practices and things like that, and they were kind of explaining to me a little bit of what's going on energetically in the world right now and how a lot of things that we've either already processed and let go of or thought we did are coming back up for final closure. So a lot of you could be seeing cycles that you thought you released coming back up around and being like, what the heck is going on right now? That would be why. It's the energy asking you to acknowledge it, observe it, and release it. So for some of you, this period of spiritual psychoses is not as intense as it was when you first went into it, but it is likely just as triggering as it was in the beginning, because it's making you revert back into an old mindset that a lot of you, I feel like, are a little bit afraid of. And I do not throw shade towards you for that whatsoever, because spiritual psychoses is absolutely terrifying, especially if you are in a deep delusional state of mind towards it. So the biggest takeaway from this whole message today is that I want y'all to get grounded. Go walk in the barefoot in the grass if you can, hug a tree, connect with the earth in some way, shape, or form. Some of you could actually really benefit from doing a traditional meditation with your you-know-whaty on the ground outside if you can, if it's not too cold, and imagining while you're doing your meditation, envisioning roots coming from your sacral and your root chakra and going into the earth. If you don't have the ability to do that outside, that's absolutely okay. You can do it inside and just imagine it going through all the way to the ground's core. And again, please remember that spiritual psychoses is a normal chapter of your spiritual evolution. So I'm going to put the little thingy from Twitter here, and I love y'all. And just remember, again, this is really normal and you will overcome it if you put some time into it. Staying in a delusional state of mind is only going to keep you stuck, and it's going to hurt you in the long run. And that usually affects your beliefs when it comes to your spiritual team. So in my lived experience, when I was in a really spiritual delulu energy, I started to lose faith in my spirit guides and the messages that I was receiving because I was so delusional based. The messages that I was receiving, I was making it out to be something it wasn't. And then when it didn't manifest because I wasn't reading into it correctly, I would then start to believe that all of this wasn't real. And that's a part of the cycle that I experienced, which I feel like sharing for a reason. So some of you could be in a similar mindset where your delulu has kind of caused you to not really believe your truth. Does that make sense? Anyway, just know that the more you ground your energy, the more you observe this kind of pattern, the more you're going to break free from it. And I love y'all. All right, here's the little message from Twitter this morning. You can screenshot it. You can go look at it on my actual Twitter page. The link is in my link tree. You can pause the video and read it if you want to. Essentially, this video goes a lot more in depth to the message that I received pertaining to this one, but they want me to share it for a reason.